Have you ever felt ignored? Like the world forgot you existed? That's exactly how David felt. While his older brothers were being presented to the prophet Samuel, David was out in the field, taking care of sheep. No one even thought to call him, but God saw him. And that's the first lesson. God doesn't look at appearances. He sees the heart. David was chosen by God while no one else noticed. And even after being anointed as king, he went straight back to tending sheep. That teaches us something huge. Being chosen doesn't mean you take the throne immediately. There is a process. God prepares us in the hidden places, in silence, in ordinary moments. So what about you? Are you being faithful in your field? David faced a literal giant, a warrior nearly 10 feet tall, Goliath. While Israel's army trembled, David stepped forward. No sword, no armor, just faith. And here comes the second lesson. Real courage doesn't come from strength, it comes from faith. David trusted God. That was enough. He refused Saul's armor. He chose what he already knew how to use, a sling and 5 stones. God uses what you already have. You just need to believe. Your Goliath might be invisible, but the battle is still real, and victory is possible when God is with you. After defeating Goliath, David became a hero, but that fame brought envy. King Saul turned on him and started hunting him down. David had to flee, hide in caves, live like a fugitive. And yet, he never tried to kill Saul, even when he had the perfect chance. And that's the third lesson. Waiting for God's timing is not weakness, it's wisdom. David had already been anointed king, but he waited because he knew. If God promises, then God delivers at the right time. The caves weren't punishment, they were preparation. God shapes kings in hidden places, in pain, in solitude. So, are you in a cave right now? Just know, the desert doesn't kill, it reveals. Picture this. The man who wants to kill you now lies asleep, defenseless, right in front of you. What would you do? David had that exact chance with Saul, but instead of killing him, he cut off a piece of his robe to prove a point. That's the fourth lesson. Forgiveness is more powerful than revenge. David didn't act out of rage. He trusted God's justice. In a world where everyone wants payback, David teaches us to master ourselves. Revenge destroys, forgiveness frees. Real character shows not when you're praised, but when you're hurt and how you respond. David made a terrible mistake. He committed adultery with Bathsheba and then arranged for her husband to die. It was dark, sinful, heavy. But when the prophet Nathan confronted him, David didn't deny it. He didn't run. He said, "I have sinned against the Lord." And that brings us to the fifth lesson. Even the great can fall, but what you do after matters most. David repented, truly, deeply. He wrote Psalm 51, one of the most heartfelt confessions in the Bible. Yes, he faced consequences, but God didn't abandon him. God's grace is greater than your failures, if your repentance is real. Near the end of his life, David had it all: power, wealth, victory. But what he really wanted was to build God a temple. God said, "You won't do it, your son will." And David accepted that. He didn't complain. He prepared everything for Solomon. That leads to the sixth lesson. Serving God's plan is more important than being the star. And the seventh lesson, legacy is more powerful than personal glory. David didn't want to be the greatest king. He wanted to be a man after God's own heart, and he was. David failed. He wept, he hid, he sinned, he fought, he loved, he repented, he returned. He wasn't perfect, but he was sincere. God called him a man after my own heart. And that teaches us the ultimate truth. It's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you come back. So what about you? Are you ready to live like David? Thank you for watching this video. We ask you to subscribe to our channel and like this video. Also, turn on the notification bell to be alerted about our next uploads. See you in the next video.